As the man was relieving himself, he noticed something eerie happening behind him. A group of strangers suddenly appeared and began walking towards him. Startled, he immediately turned around and fled back to his camp. In the 10th year after the end of the world, only a few thousand people remained on the entire planet. These mysterious individuals who had abruptly emerged were undoubtedly a gang of ruthless thugs. The man, frightened, stumbled and fell to the ground. His father, who was nearby, finally heard the commotion. Upon closer inspection, he realized that the gang was rapidly approaching their camp. The battle-hardened father sensed that their lives were in grave danger and promptly began gathering essential supplies. However, the man was paralyzed with fear as his infected wife lay on the bed. It wasn't until his father thrust the luggage into his hands that he snapped out of his panic and started to help. With the gang nearly upon them, the father had no choice but to kick open a wooden board and lead his family out through the back door. In the post-apocalyptic world, resources were scarce and the consequences of being caught were unimaginable. But the man's wife was in no condition to stand or walk for an extended period. The father realized that at this rate, none of them would escape. Without hesitation, he opened the lid of a nearby toilet and instructed his son and daughter-in-law to hide in the cesspit. He then turned to face the desperate outlaws alone. However, how could one man possibly stand against a group? The father was quickly overwhelmed and beaten down. Witnessing this scene, the couple hiding in the cesspit were both terrified and enraged. But to survive, they had to stifle their cries. Yet, an even more horrifying development unfolded. The gang had entered their camp and discovered the luggage the man had accidentally dropped. Inside, there were extremely valuable pills. In the post-apocalyptic world, most people were infected, and only by relying on these pills could they barely sustain their lives. Now that the gang had taken the pills, what would become of the man's infected wife? As he watched his father being carried away, the man planned to emerge once the gang had left. However, as they passed by the toilet, the leader seemed to notice something amiss. A pile of scattered sticks beneath the lid looked suspicious. The man quickly covered his wife's mouth. When the leader squatted down and prepared to lift the lid to investigate, the man desperately held it down from below, preventing the leader from opening it. But what exactly was inside? The leader's curiosity was piqued. Could it be hidden supplies? He peered inquisitively into the hole.